It's Chancellor May and Lachelle. This is our Thursday Thoughts for this week. We're joining you from one of the classic double-decker Unitrans buses. Two of these classic double-deckers were purchased way back in 1968 when I was 4 years old, directly from London to attract people to use the service, and Unitrans is the only service in the U.S. to use these authentic buses daily.
Do you remember back in 2017 where we filmed our Christmas video from here? And this is a nice reminder. I wish I could actually ride this bus around town, but it is reserved for the students. Aww.
So if you want to get behind the wheel of one of these, you can apply at vacancy.ucdavis.edu. I'll also put the link in my bio. Anyway, let's get on with your question. Well, in these days of COVID restrictions, you're most likely to find me at the Chancellor's residence. But I also go to my office in Merak most days of the week. And if you want to catch Lachelle and I together, walking around downtown Davis, or I like to get a shake at the Davis Creamery. We like to have wine at the Davis Wine Bar.
Right.
So if you want to catch us walking around downtown Davis, that's a pretty good possibility. We learned this week that the Pfizer vaccine has been approved for emergency use. We're very excited about that and the eventual elimination of the COVID virus. Very excited about taking the vaccine myself. I know that there's some reluctance on the part of some people about a new vaccine. There's certainly reluctance in communities of color about the safety of vaccines. I want to allay all those concerns. I'm going to get the vaccine. We're going to be back to normal sooner than you think. How about you? You going to get it? Are you good?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think by the time I get it, it would have been around for at least 6 or 7 months.
By the time we're eligible to get it, based on the priorities, it will have been injected into several higher risk or higher priority groups. But whenever it's my turn, I plan to get the vaccine. 2020 has been a really challenging year for all of us. But, I would say from a professional standpoint, in running the university, it's opened our eyes to some opportunities in remote education. It's also made us rethink how we use our space on campus, because people can be effective working from home. So in future projects, building and facilities projects, we may think about those differently. But I imagine there's some other things 2020 has been good for.
Family unity. I think families are together more. They're playing more games together. I think enhanced game skills are a plus for 2020.
I did see on one of the news shows that there's a baby boom associated with this pandemic. So 9 months after March, we were sheltering in place. There's some babies being born. I don't know how that happened. But
one thing for sure, are more informed about virus science.
People are more knowledgeable about science. Yeah,
that's
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Who knew?
All good stuff.
Yes.
So my real first job after college was a university professor. But during the time I was an undergraduate and in graduate school, I had co-op experiences and internships. My co-op job was at a company called McDonnell Douglas in St. Louis, my hometown, which is now Boeing. It was acquired by Boeing. But they worked on designing and building fighter aircraft for the Air Force. My second job, when I was in graduate school, I was an intern at AT&T Bell Laboratories, and that's what gave me my fellowship to go to graduate school. So I worked there for a couple of summers. So those were my EE jobs, a couple of EE jobs, right?
Right, yes. I think my first one out of graduate school was with Bell South, which is now AT&T. It was a software job, and that's how I gravitated towards software. But, it's good.
So I'm hoping to live another 30 plus years. That would be good. I think this is a great job. I love doing it. I don't know how long I'll do it, but I have no intentions of retiring or doing something different right now. But I'm very flattered that you asked that question. And, I hope that we can continue to be here for a long time. Do you want me for 30 more years?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, good. I was worried for a minute there. Since our kids were born, we have this tradition where on Christmas Eve, actually, we gather with the family, usually at my mom's house in St. Louis, and we open our gifts, and that's kind of become my favorite tradition. I don't know if we'll be able to do it this year. I think I enjoy that the most around the holidays. What about you?
Yeah, it's the same tradition. Yeah, we usually open up the gifts Christmas Eve, and that's been That's been nice.
As always, we want you to stay healthy and stay safe until we see you next week. So go Ags.